Hello, remnants out there. Welcome to another week. Thank you for joining me. Today, I am promising to be informative, exciting, especially with my ladies next, coming alongside of me. And the topic we're talking about today, I mean, is you're in for a treat today. You're in for a treat. Today, we are kicking off the Vision Satisfaction Plan series that I briefly mentioned last week. And again, today we are having another town hall because of the nature of what I'm bringing to you today. Uh, it is a town hall, and I am hoping that all of you joining in has come prepared, that you have your notebook, you have your pen or your pencil, you have your vision in mind and your questions, because that is why we are here. We are here to make sure that we cause a light bulb to go off. We are here to share our experiences and our knowledge to help you, to even help you, to help me. Move forward with ideas. So, yeah, thank you for joining in. Thank you for your support, and we're going to go right in. So, I want to introduce my ladies. My ladies, we have Melanie Holmes. Can you wave, Melanie? Even though the names are on there, I still want you to. We have Marcia Lewis, and we have Roseanne Hunter. Now, each of these ladies, okay, I told you we were in for a treat, right? And that's because each of these ladies, I know on a personal level, right? And that is the reason why I'm even bringing them, because these ladies have all been on a journey, or they're still on a journey, and they have so much knowledge. They have gems, nuggets to share, and that I know will benefit your life, because it benefited mine. It's still benefiting my life. So I opened it up. I'm like, why not share these ladies with you all, right? With the rest of the remnants out there. So that's why we're here. We're here to share our knowledge and our experience. We're not claiming, okay, we're not claiming to be gurus, right? But we do know that what we have will definitely make an impact in your life. So I'm going to start the presentation. I have a little presentation that I put together for you, just to like kind of, simplify things and to give you something to go back to. All right, so let me start that. Okay, here we are. And so this is my Vision Satisfaction Plan, and this is the purpose-driven series. All right, the mission of Remnants, that I'm sure you ladies, guys out there know, or if you don't know, is basically in a nutshell, right? To help women discover their purposes and to remove those barriers that keep them from moving in their purpose. Ultimately, to help, contribute to making this world, transforming this world into a better place. So, one of the ways that I am hoping to move this mission across is to bring about information, to bring guests on, to help share information, experiences, knowledge. So here we are, Vision Satisfaction Plan, and this is the purpose-driven series. So we have here, let me see. Okay. 1 second, un momento, por favor. Sorry, late guys. Of course, this was prepared in the beginning, and now, as expected, there's kinks. So here we are. All righty. So first and foremost, we have, the purpose. When it comes to the Vision Satisfaction Plan, the first thing that we will want to tackle is purpose. What is your purpose? To have this vision, to move forward in this vision, you have to know exactly what it is that is your heartbeat, what it is that you're basically here on earth for. So this week we're going to tackle purpose. Okay, what is purpose? I looked at different definitions out there, and I kind of put it all, summarized it all by stating that it is the reason for which anything is done, created, or exists. The purpose. I don't know, ladies, do you have any other definition to chime in, or would you like to add on to what I've put out there already?
Yeah.
What is purpose? In your experience along your journey, what have you discovered purpose to be?
As I'm looking at this definition right now, well, first off, I want to say my name is Josiane, and I am a vision coach and course creator and program creator of Envision It Alive, which completely aligns with what Nora is talking about right now, which is just awakening women's purposes and reclaiming their identity, specifically, after having children and just dealing with so much in life. And as I'm watching the definition you have here for purpose, it said something in which someone was created or exists for. So it just reminds us that we were created with a purpose already implanted within us. It's not something like an outward search. It's more of an inner reveal. You're kind of pulling it out of us. It's already there. Your whole life has been already preparing you for what's already inside. So it's why you were created and why you exist. But it's also within you. So you just have to go on that journey to pull it out of you, really.
Right. Right. So it's basically, it's something that's at your core. I am a huge believer that each of us was created, right? And we were created with a purpose. We were created with gifts and talents that is meant to push forth that purpose, and ultimately, for that purpose to bless others, to help shape the world that we live in. Again, and this is why we're presenting this to you, just to kind of nudge each of you, to nudge me, further along our journeys towards accomplishing our vision. I wanted to go back a little bit and thank you, Josiane, for introducing your business, your vision. Of course, I'm, as nervous as I am. Okay, I kind of skipped that part. But that part is very important because I mentioned that women are entrepreneurs, right? And these women are moving in their business, in their vision, based on what they believe their purpose is, right?
Yes.
So, ladies, when you please introduce your business, introduce your vision so that everyone can get an idea. And at the end of the conversation, I will definitely post where everyone can find each of you ladies that are here today. So moving right along, did anyone else want to chime in? I'm sorry, ladies. Anyone else wanted to add to what the purpose definition is, or what you believe purpose is?
Well, I'll go next, Nora. So I'm Marcia Lewis, and I am with Scrub and Glow Cleaning. It's a cleaning company for both residential and commercial clients. I'm also associated with The Amazing Help, which is a nonprofit organization that assists children and family as it relates to their mental well-being. So it ties in nicely with what Nora also does too. And I'm also an accountability coach. So with the purpose definition that you had, Nora, it's nicely put. And I would just add, when you have a purpose, it's a lingering thought. It's something that never goes away. So it's always in the back of your mind, no matter what you venture into, if you will come back to it if it's not what you're actually doing. So it's always there nagging at you until you actually start paying its attention. That's what I believe your purpose is.
I'm glad the calling. It's like a call. It's there like, you go through certain things in your life and all of a sudden you start to feel that call, like something's calling you to share with the world and it just can't shake it. And like I say, you have to just pick up the phone when it starts to ring. You just have to answer that call that's within you.
That's it.
Yes.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, Marcia, because that is one of the questions that I have when it comes to, purpose is one of those things that, in my experience, in my opinion, is kind of, I don't want to say it's hard to pinpoint, but it is something that takes a lot of soul searching, right? It's something, especially if you did not create yourself, right? So it takes you having to tap into, in my case, I tap into God, who I know created me, right? So if he's the one that created me, I tend to have conversations with him, spend time with him, just so that I can, know what my purpose is, what my gifts are, what my calling, is. And that was the reason why I came with this question. What are those issues that tug on your heart?
Yeah.
Ladies, I'm handing it over to you. What do you think about that question?
So I guess I'll go next. My name is Melanie Holmes. I am a CEO of a company called Fly Women's Network. We are a women's reintegration program for women that are transitioning out of different types of crisis, but we mainly focus on women coming out of incarceration. I also have a consulting business for business and entrepreneurs. This question for me, it says, what, the issues that tug at your heart. So one thing about my purpose is, it was like my purpose is found me. I was searching for so many things to do that it literally came to me like, wow, this is what I need to do. Right. I ran from it to the point of going all the way to New Jersey to say, I don't want to do this anymore. And like, this is not going to work. Let me just get a regular job. And I couldn't sleep at night. I would be on jobs that were related to it, and it would keep me up at night crying, knowing that they needed more resources or people needed more. And that is what the tugging was at my heart. Like I would get up and cry for hours and not understand, why am I crying about this? Or this doesn't relate to the life that I come from. So why am I so passionate about this cause for women that are coming out of jail or having transitional issues? And the biggest thing is my passion came from it because so many of us, so many women are not equipped with the resources or the mentors to walk them hand in hand to find out what the purpose is so they can be activated to go forward. Mm-hmm. So the biggest thing that for me is it became a cry, and it went from a cry to I'm just going to put everything in my power and be relentless for that purpose. So I think with purpose, passion comes with it first. It's going to bother you. You're going to cry. You can't sleep. You're going to be mad. You don't want to deal with it. You're going to fail. You're going to have people say no. All of those things come with purpose. Mm-hmm. And so many people feel like, oh, what's my purpose? But you got to be equipped for a battle. And everything you've gone through in your life has brought you to this point of purpose. Educationally, divorce, people rejecting you, colorism, everything comes out when you get to the point of your purpose or what it is that you're destined to do. They're all tools to get you to go forward. So that's my part about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nora, can I say something kind of piggybacking on what you just said? I love what you just said, Melanie, because you just got me excited, girl.
Yeah.
I was thinking that it's so true. A lot of times our purpose is birthed from our pain. You know, even into my purpose, I realized that there was something that I had to overcome so that I can fight the battle, like Melanie says. And that for me was figuring out what was my biggest fear and my biggest hindrance in terms of following through with my purpose. And it just came to me, and it was huge. It was a fear of rejection. And once I addressed that fear of rejection, I knew what it was, because every time I came up against it, it gave me literally like panic attacks and anxiety attacks. I was faced with that, fear of rejection. And as I look back at it, it played a part in everything in my life, and played a part in my marriage. It played a part in my friendships. It even could play a part in, having my children. But I had to go back and find out what it stemmed from, and really address that fear. And having to overcome that fear, it's catapulting me to really walk through my purpose. So I would say if someone really wants to tap into that, you have to address one of the biggest fears in your life, or something that has constantly keep you from going forward in whatever you wanted to do in your life. That's what I would say. Yeah.
And the thing that is so awesome, Joe, that is crazy, it's the beginning of purpose, or even finally getting to the point of accepting the call, because the first person that rejected your call is you.
Yeah.
So you rejected it first.
Yeah.
So you rejected it and disqualifying yourself, and God, I did this, or why I don't know the contract, and it's all kind of things. But when we get called into something that we even feel like we're disqualified to do, it takes a greater purpose within you to fulfill it.
That's
that word fear can either make you or break you.
Yeah.
That word fear. Because that fear of failure, just the eyes that are looking at you, whether it be family, friends, and you're not sure if you can do this.
Yeah.
You're not sure if you can do it on your own. You're not sure if you're going to get the financial support that you need, or that fear comes. And what I do realize is that a lot of times when you have something that you are ordained to do, fear comes, because it wants to stop you from accomplishing your goal. It wants to prevent you from catapulting forward. So we have to, I'm glad that the word fear came up, because it's such a huge part to our success. And it's okay. I just want to say this out there. It's okay if you try something and you fail at it, because it's how you're going to grow. It's how you're going to learn. It's just like when you were a baby and you started learning how to walk. You had to fall a few times before you were able to walk consistently without any hiccups. So that's life on a whole. So don't be afraid. Don't let fear stop you from doing what it is you're called to do.
Yes, it's all about coming in, because first of all, just by listening to you ladies, I'm hearing that purpose naturally is bigger than you. It's bigger than who you are. It's so much bigger than you, and that is why you go through things in order to come into the knowledge of this purpose. That's why fear kicks in, because when you think about what your purpose is, I promise you that, even me right now, doing this, I could never have imagined it years ago. There was a time when if someone was to tell me, Nora, even though I'm just here and it's us and it's live stream, I wouldn't have, the thought of even doing this was like, oh, heck no, you're not talking about me. You know what I mean? But it came to a point where I had to, and there was a lot of fear. I'm talking about not only fear from, knowing what I have to do, but there's fear that was formed from insecurities, that also would prevent me from walking in my purpose. But it had to come to a point where, this thing was tugging at me. Remnants was tugging at me. It wouldn't let me go. So I had to make up my mind that my passion, that my purpose was so much bigger than the fear, and just move out on it.
Yeah.
So it's good if you don't know what your purpose is. We would advise that you sit down and really think, what is that thing that that is tugging at your heart, that when you think about it, it brings, like, for example, you ride down the street, you see a homeless person, and then next thing you know, it's something within you. It's like, I got to do something about that. I don't like seeing people laying out on the street. I don't like seeing people without. I have to do something. It's almost like a good type of anger, because it moves you to, like, help these people. So whatever that thing that tugs on your heart, pay attention to it.
Yeah.
And then what are you willing to sacrifice for, right? What exactly are you willing to, sacrifice your time, that'll make you uncomfortable, that you will allow to make you uncomfortable? Ladies, what do you think about that question? Or, what, when it comes to the purpose and sacrifice, have you ladies experienced anything that brought you to this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So the thing about this is, one thing, let me add on, and then I'll go to this question. Sometimes in life, I feel like purpose is seasonal. There's certain purposes you have for a certain season. And so years ago, I had a halfway house for women, and I thought that was my whole life purpose. I fulfilled it. It was over. Like, I gave up my house, I gave up time with my family, and I sacrificed me for that. So then when it was over and I felt like it failed, I felt like I had nothing left because I gave everything up and never had another level of where I thought my life was going. So it was devastating because I put everything in it and never had balance, or even understanding that, okay, this is that, this is this. Don't let your passion and your purpose be everything, and then you have nothing at the end, because people see you with your purpose and they don't see who you are. So the number one thing about this is I was willing to sacrifice everything, but now I'm understanding the balance of Melanie has to first love herself, have her household, but also know that I know in my heart and spirit when I'm sacrificing too much, because I've gone through giving everything and having emotional breakdowns and wanting to not do with people and having to do all that because I sacrificed so much, thinking that this was going to make the purpose happen. I feel like you have to have a balance with your sacrifice, and understand it's not worth sacrificing your family and loved ones to get something. If God is calling you to do it, He's gonna give you the income, He's gonna give you the balance, and He's gonna give you the strategic plan for it to be fulfilled. You don't have to be in your flesh to sacrifice everything for everything to happen. So I feel like this question is, you have to understand that your purpose is not who you are. It doesn't validate you. You're not going to be seen like this person if it doesn't go well. The purpose is the purpose. Rims of red is not you. That's just rims of red. Fly Women's Network is not Melanie. Melanie is one person, and Fly Women's Network is something else, and Fly Consulting is something else. So we have, sometimes when we get into purpose, we sacrifice too much, and we don't know where we're going next because we put too much into it.
Yeah, Nora. So I love what Melanie was saying, but I would say for me, like I won't separate myself from my purpose. I think they're both intertwined, but I do believe, like she said, in the balance of going forth with your purpose and still having your identity. And that's why I say my program is to reclaim your identity and still move forward in your purpose, because I want to have that balance. I know I still have 3 children. I know I have a husband. I know I have a household to upkeep. But I also, during that time of just being a mom and a wife and everything else, I still always had that inside burning, or you call it the tugging. And I knew that that was for me to fulfill my purpose too. So I don't separate the two, but like she said, it's great to have a balance. So what I'm willing to sacrifice, as that question says right there, is like you said, Nora, my comfort. Because like you said, putting myself out there and having that fear of rejection that I'm like overcoming constantly is what I'm willing to sacrifice. Just being comfortable, not pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. So me putting myself out there and going towards my dreams is, really, it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of reassuring and, canceling out limiting beliefs. So that's what I'm sacrificing, the comfort of just being and not going after my dreams. But I definitely think I won't separate the two, but I love to find a good balance. Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to just add to what you ladies just shared, definitely on point. But just to add something to it that as it relates to the word sacrifice, I'm going to throw in the word pride in that. Because with everything that you're doing, you need help. No matter if it's a one-man business, you still need help. For example, if you're selling clothing items, you're going to need to be able to source those items and source them at a cost that is competitive, so you can sell back and earn a profit. So you always need help. And what I find talking with people, and I've been there too, is that some are afraid to ask for help because of pride, not wanting people to see that to me, you're not considered weak. People think they're being weak when they ask for help, but you're not being weak. You're actually stepping out on faith. You're stepping out of your comfort zone, right? Because your weakness is what, for example, Nora, you're doing this program. And this is part of what I would say was your weakness, where you would not come out into the light. You would not be the one hosting something, but you decided to step out on that and do something different, put that weakness behind you. And so for those who have this pride of not wanting to ask for help, in order for you to achieve your purpose and the goals that you have set for your life, you need help. So ask for it. But you're going to use what I call wisdom when you're asking for help, because not everyone you are to run to and share your thoughts with, because we all know, let's be real, that people take your ideas and run with it, right? So you have to use wisdom. You have to get to know people. You have to have a heightened discernment, trying to understand people before you outrightly just grab that person and say, not everybody that comes to you, oh, I want to help. Oh, I want to help. Think on it first, take a day or two, pray about it. However you are led, then you work with that person. Not everyone that you ask for help is going to work out. Just like not every business that you decide to do is going to work out, but it's part of the process. Achieving your purpose is a process. And so it's going to take ups and downs, hills and valleys. And so I encourage you to just, yes, you will have sacrifices to make, and just focus on those things that we tend to, these are the blockades in our lives, and we need to remove those barriers that are stopping us from moving towards our goals.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about. Each of you touched on very important points when it comes to sacrifice and our purpose. Again, in my belief, our purpose, like Josiane said, is intertwined. Whatever we say we are, like, when someone say that is who I am, part within that statement is your purpose. Your purpose is supposed to answer, that question for you, and the fact there's definitely wisdom there's definitely wisdom should be exercised in everything that we do, even pursuing our purpose, because of different things that are also a part of our lives that we need to put our attention to. Definitely. When I posed this question, I was thinking about things like, your time, your comfort,
Yeah.
what else? Money will be sacrificed. So many things that your pride will be you will have to sacrifice your pride, to chase after what it is you believe you were placed on this earth for. So all of those things, again, wisdom is definitely encouraged when it comes to pursuing your purpose and the sacrifice. And then last, but definitely not least, this question, when it came to me, was very interesting to me. When it comes to figuring out what it is your purpose is, or if you are already, walking in your purpose, you want to make sure that this question is something to consider. What do you want to be remembered for? I want to be remembered for someone who, was like a woman advocate, that wanted women to, I want everything that I do and that I say to always push the fact that I want women to be free. I want women to be free from barriers like insecurities, free from barriers like bad relationships, free from all these things that is keeping them from being who they were created to be. I want to see women moving on this earth, change, like transforming the world is possible. Like, although we hear it in sentences, in ways that seem so overwhelming or impossible, but we can. One individual at a time, we can change this world. You understand what I mean? So I want to be that person that help encourage women, especially, to grab hold of, what it is that they were created for. Because within purpose, another reason why it's very important to me that people tap into their purpose is because purpose comes with a package. There are certain things that once you discover your purpose is automatic. And that is, once you discover your purpose, with that, you will now change other people's lives. You will now change the community around you when you tap into your purpose. When you tap in, you yourself will become aligned with it, which means you too will go through changes, to align with this purpose. So that's what I want to be remembered for. I want, when I'm gone, somebody is saying a speech, or many people will say, this one right here, had it not been for her, I would never have been able to, be so successful in this thing, which I believe is my purpose. What about you ladies? I want to ask you ladies, what do you want to be remembered for?
Nora, for me, honestly, I didn't see that last question, so you caught me off guard with that one. I didn't know that one was coming, because I don't know why I'm so trying to focus on present moments that I don't know if I really exactly thought of that. Because like Melanie says, I know that my purpose will constantly be unfolding. Like, it could start out now where I'm trying to empower women to reclaim their identity and walk in their purpose. But one day that could lead to me traveling abroad and helping women with children that have are facing hunger. And if you're hungry, you can't be thinking about your purpose. So I feel like it'll be constantly unfolding. You know what I mean? I want people to just walk in their true identity, like not be afraid to be themselves. If I can be remembered that I did that, like encourage someone else to do that, I'm good. But whatever else God has, and whatever my whatever I'll be remembered for, that's fine. But if it just encouraging someone else to just walk in their true self, I'm good. I'm good with that. Yeah.
And how that's going to come about, we don't know. We don't know how we're going to do it, but we know that this is our heartthrob, when it comes to our service to other people.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share mine. So I want Melanie to be remembered for is I definitely want to be the first woman that provides a national network for women transitioning out of prisons.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to be able to, no matter where I am in the United States, I have no limitations if a woman wants a geographical change. When she goes there, she has a house, she has a network, and she has everything she needs to rebuild her life. I want to be able to have houses there. I want there to be no limitations when it comes to when she's been in a situation and identity has been a problem and people know her from her past, that she will be able to say, I'm in a new territory and I have everything that I need to be equipped to be the woman I was purposed to be. So that I'm starting small with the state level, but I know God has shown me I will be a woman nationally, being able to move women wherever I want. If a lady lives in Florida and she want to go to Cali, she gonna have a flight there. She got a place to go. She got everything she needs to be equipped to go forward.
Okay.
So that is what and I'm putting it out there on the World Wide Web. So
that's right, girl.
The thing about it is, I'm not afraid of that now. I've embodied that. Yeah. I'm online and getting my mindset ready for that. Yeah. I'm constantly now driving and flying and already in the mentality that I have no limitations in where I need to go. Nobody gonna stop me now.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's going to be me and the Lord. And that's how he wanted it, that I can't get anything without my true connection with him and being aligned in the territory and my circle that I needed to go forward to being who I am. So that's what I want to be remembered for.
Okay. That's definitely not least. Yeah.
I love this last question. And the reason why I love it is because ever since I started in the business world, ever since I started working, even working for others, I always had this thought that everywhere I go, I should leave a legacy behind. And that legacy, it might impact one person, it might impact 10,000 people, doesn't matter. But my goal is that when I leave there, I will have an impact on someone.
Yeah,
in a good way. So it's and the impact that I want to have is to see growth. So I love the challenges of meeting people that are at a particular place and they desire to grow, and I'm able to help. So I want to be remembered as that person that was always there to help. So I don't limit myself in any particular way as it relates to how to help someone. If you come to me, if I hear about something, I just want to know it. And then my brain just starts working. How can I help this person? As simple as it may sound, if it's even, just to get them some food to eat, if it's even just to direct them to you, Melanie, to drive them over to you, as a matter of fact, taking it to a next level. So making it even more personalized than what they would usually get, where someone just, sends them somewhere, but to actually take them and be there for them. Because I know what it's like to not have a shoulder to lean on, to not have anyone there for you. So I want to be remembered as someone that you could call to say, help. And I was there to help you. If nothing else.
I'm in awe, listening to you ladies, because I'm saying to myself, like, this world doesn't even know what's coming for them. You have these ladies here, and I'm sure every other remnant out there. We are women determined. We are women determined to fit into basically fit into shoes that are bigger than us for everyone around us.
Yeah.
You know, because within purpose is service. You know, when we tap into this, whether we are doing it for profit or whether we are doing it, you know, we're not doing it for profit. At the end of the day, whatever it is that we bring forward is for the benefit of everyone that we come in contact with.
That is so true.
So in rounding up, what is your purpose? Or maybe you believe you have an idea and you may need more reflection on it. Go back to the beginning of this video, listen to everything that has been said, and I guarantee you, because I know something struck a chord in me, you know, so I know that there's others out there listening that this will benefit. You know, go back, pay attention to those issues that are burning in your heart, that is causing restlessness. Think about what exactly, if you believe you know your purpose, is this something worth sacrificing for? Is this something that you are willing to give up your time and your comfort for? And what exactly do you want to be remembered for? You know, because purpose, one of the effects of moving in your purpose is that automatically people will remember you for this thing. Like you, as a matter of fact, you may already have people coming to you and telling you, you know, there may be similarities in what people are coming to you and telling you about yourself. Pay attention to that as well. Pay attention, because that is something that people already are remembering you for, and you may want to look into. So I want to thank everyone who tuned in. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Josiane. Thank you, Marcia, for coming alongside me, you know, with this theory, you know, and sharing your experiences. And I want all of you out there, join us next week. Next week and the week after, we will continue with this series. Next week, we're going to talk about perception, your perception about your purpose. What is your mindset? You know, how you should shape your mind when it comes to, you know, your purpose. And basically how your thought processes, right, ladies, your thought process towards your purpose before now moving on your purpose, which is the last step, your pursuit, how you go about, the ways you're going to go about moving on your purpose. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your support. The video, make sure you go back onto the Remnants of Red page on Facebook to check this video out. I'm going to put it on Instagram, and it will be available also on YouTube. So again, like, share, check out these women. I'm going to put their information posted, so you too will get to know these ladies more. If you need their services, you can always reach out. And on that note, go out there and make sure you love on somebody today. Ladies,
that was great.
Thanks for having us, Nora.
Yeah.
Thank you.